Hello and welcome back to my Flosstube. My name is Dawn. The channel is Frosty XStitch. I'm sorry about lighting and everything. I was in a Zoom meeting earlier on. It was a motivational Zoom and I was actually not going to film today, but during the Zoom meeting they basically got us to do something today, homework. So I'm filming today. I actually don't have that much stitching to show because, as you know, I'm planning for September for Stitch Basel. Also I'm having some health issues, mental issues, still don't have a job, so I don't have that much stitching to show, but it's better for me to come on, show you what I have, and just move on. So let's just start with stitching. So I've been, let's see, I know that I've stitched a bit on my ink circles, which is this one. I know lots of you like this. It's colourful, and I've changed all the colours to my own because I just didn't have any of the DMC list. It's all DMC, so that shouldn't have been a problem, but at the moment I don't have a full set of DMC, and also I don't like all the colours that are on this. It's just shades, so it's not that big of a difference. So I've done some work on here. As far as I know, I've had this finished, and I showed you last time, and I did try and do some filling, sorry, words are difficult today, filling in on here. I don't know if you can see it. I tried to do that during the stitch and chat across the pond, but then I had to switch out projects because I just couldn't see it. The light was the light wasn't good. I was not in the best of moods, and I just gave up and started stitching something else. But I mean, I'm selling this with somebody. We're both not doing very well on it. So it's a start along. It's a start along, and that's fine. We don't have a hashtag or anything, and oh yeah, I finished the border. There, forgot about that. It's just, you know, we'll get it finished someday. We both like it, but it's a sort of project that you can pick up and let go and pick up and let go. It doesn't use brain power, you know. You don't have to put in beads and stuff and think about it. It's just easy. So you pick it up and you work on it and then put it away again. Oh, sorry. Then I worked on roses and lace because I had to work out how to kit up a project on floss cards with the exact amount of floss that is needed. And oh my god, I got so many conflicting information, like, you know, just 2 strands so and so many inches, or 6 strands so and so many inches, but when I didn't, it's on 16 count, it didn't work. You know, it would say if you cut the DMC, the full DMC with 6 strands this length, you'll get so and so many stitches. So this is, you've seen this before. This is Roses and Lace from Shannon Designs. It's on 16 count. So when it would say, okay, you take, I don't know, 30 centimeters, 6 strands, but it's 2 strands over 1 on what it's meant to be doing. So using up the 30 centimeters should give me so and so many stitches, even if I use it 2 strands. it never worked out. It just never worked out. And I took advice from Lord Lebidian, Stephanie Lindy Stitches, then there's the spreadsheet that's been going around that I've seen everywhere. I have so many copies of it. That also didn't work, so I just hope that whatever I've done, that the floss is going to be okay. I mean, I'll have the floss with me, the leftover floss, so if somebody needs more and is stitching at the retreat, they can come up to me and ask for more floss. If they're stitching at home, they probably have the DMC to finish it, because the DMC numbers are on there. But it was, yeah, so I just stitched on here to try and figure out how many stitches, and then always got a different, like a different answer. But I actually really like stitching on this. It's nice. I like that it's monochromatic, but it's a beautiful design. I didn't think that, you know, sort of doing a lace design could be done so easily in cross stitch. But I've got a pattern that I won from Works by ABC, Arlene, and there it's a lace pattern, but then you stitch in with 1, 2 or 3 threads, so it'll give you more of a, you know, this is a lighter lace and more. I hope to, when this is finished, I'll start Arlene's design. I'm really looking forward to it, but it's big, so yeah, it should just show you more, you know, finer lace and more intense lace, and the way that she's designed it, it should be quite fun to see what it gives you. So this is my roses and lace. There's some beads to go on it. There's also more roses, but at the moment I just used this to find out how many stitches. I started another one of these small art, you know, this is going to be full coverage, and they've taken this cream and made it a coffee scream. I'm just making a few of these small ones because they're full coverage, and somehow I really want to get back into full coverage, but I have a few pieces that I'm working on, and so I'm fulfilling my full coverage needs with these small little artsy fartsy pieces that have been modified. And I've done the, what was it, Starry Coffee that came from Starry Nights and comes out of a coffee cup, and now I'm doing the Scream, which is basically coffee scream, but it's actually quite fun. It really is fun stitching something like this. It's just, I mean, it's easy. It's not that big. I mean, yeah, okay, it'll come up to about there, but it's worth it, and I'm enjoying it, and it's also one of those that you can just pick up and put down. I've got it on Pattern Keeper, so it's really easy to just do that. And then the main piece that I'm working on is the Lavender and Lace that me and Stitching Mummy have decided to leave out the girl in the middle. So you've already seen, I think, me going over to the beginning here to the A, and I've done all that, and because I started with the M, because this is where the girl comes in. I think I have the picture here. Yeah, so this is, as you can see, the girl comes in there. I don't know how good you can see it, and so you have the O, which we have to move the O, and then basically from here to this side stays the same, but then and on this side the Q and R are going to stay the same, and then the rest here. But the P is in the wrong place because, I mean, P comes before R. So the P is now going to be here where the girl is, and Sarah charted it sort of, so the O needs to move over a bit and then the P goes in there, and then the colours need to be changed on the P, but then the Q and the R stay the same, and then the rest stays the same. So she just charted that bit where the girl would be, so that's where the M is. So I can move this in here. So the M stays the same, the N stays the same, yeah, and then the O had to move over a tiny bit, and then the P is new because the P in the design is underneath somewhere here with the R, underneath the R. The R then stays the same, and the Q stays the same, and then whatever comes here stays the same. But also is going to move, there's a dove up here above the N, and the bunny, which is somewhere here, is going to be under the P. But I'm doing those last. I'm just enjoying, I mean, look at this beauty. It's really, really nice. And this is all DMC, you know. It's just so much fun. This is a really lovely, beautiful piece. And I actually only get to see it when I show you. Because, yeah, I roll this up when I stitch in hand. So I don't actually see that much of it. So that was my stitching. I have some haul to show. Well, I just have some haul. But how good this is going to be. Vicky Stitch and Button. She's got on Facebook. She's got albums where she has all the stuff in there, and you can buy project bags, all of these art booklets. She now does them with pockets at the bottom, so you can, you know, you can stuff things in there. This is one that was still without the pockets. So she has this on Facebook, so you can order it from Facebook, but she did twice now online sale or online just we could online shop from her on YouTube. For me it was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, but it was on a Saturday, so it didn't really matter. So you can see here I've got a project bag. This was, I actually saw this in her folder on Facebook, and I somehow just didn't buy it. I don't know why, but then seeing it again when she showed it on camera, it somehow I just knew I had to have it. And it's got this yellow inside. She always has lovely sort of, you know, she puts charms on there that match. And I bought 3 needle minders, a sticker and 2 froggers, and she sent me some floss. Yeah, thank you Vicky. But I also got from her, like I said, an art book, some pins. I needed these to finish something off, and I got 2 extra ones. These are just 2 floss drops. I don't use floss drops that often, but that was fine. She was also selling some patterns that she had gotten and either finished or didn't want to stitch. So I got this. I haven't actually looked at them yet properly, so I don't know. This is Needle Bling Designs, Hopes and Dreams. But they just, she had a few that were just nice. I like this one. A whole bunch of cute. I don't think I have to say very much about this. It's cheap. Yeah, so there you go. That's what I got from Vicky's sale, or Vicky's selling us stuff, enabling us. What I also did, I also stocked up a bit on beads and cryonic and what is it, water lilies for some of my Mirabilia Norocorbets. Also some bead packs. Yeah, this is the bead pack for one of the houses, but I think I want to change the colour of the house anyway. And this is, yeah, for the one Bella Filipina that I've got. It's, can you actually see? Yeah, now it's there. I've got her, I've got a chart, but then I don't have any of the speciality threads that it needs. Yeah, I think I've got the DMC threads, haven't got fabric yet, but so that's why I couldn't start with everybody else on the Bella Filipina start that they did. And I don't do mermaids, so I think we could do any fancy lady, or was it just Bella Filipina? I can't remember. Yeah, so that's arts and designs are my go-to place for most of the things. Usually not for stuff like this because you pay shipping cost, but if I need any chart or kit that they have, you get it for free shipping. And to Switzerland, free shipping is just, oh my god, it's luxury. It really is luxury. And arts and designs, there, I've been shopping from them for a very long time. I don't know who put me onto arts and designs. It probably was Amanda Albert-Stitchell years ago. So nearly all my Mirabilia Norocorbet charts are from arts and designs. Obviously pretty much all of them. A lot of my patterns and kits are from arts and designs, just because no shopping cost. But now, of course, the pound to the Swiss franc, oh my god. But yeah, anyway, I did also could not resist. I don't know why, because it's not as if I don't still see the box of kitted up projects. Okay, that's not kits, that's kitted up projects. My kits are in there in boxes, and I've put thing before it, so I can't even see them, but I can see my kitted up projects. So I don't know why I need new patterns, but it was Jules, Stitching Jules Design. I used to watch Jules because she just, oh my god, she stitches the most amazing pieces, full coverage, and she just goes ahead and just storms along. And anyway, she has her own shop, and she's got a lot of, she got me onto Ronnie Rowe, and he does these designs where it's basically it's all one column, and it's just X's. So you just do the crosses wherever he puts them, and then you get a design. Now this is from Jules, Stitching Jules, but this could just also be a Ronnie Rowe. It's literally just X's. Now this is a house, there's lots of houses. She has so many designs on her shop, not just like this, she also has other designs, but I really like this, and I bought this one because my brother used to have a chipmunk. You call them chipmunks, don't you? It's basically a squirrel, but it's a special squirrel. Anyway, so I got this. I just had to get this. There you can see it, Stitching Jules Design, and it's a squirrel. And let's zoom in a bit so that you maybe can see. It's just X's. That's what it is. So it looks really strange. It'll probably look even more stranger when you start stitching it. And it'll just be X's like this, and then at the end you get a picture. And of course, the further away you go, the better you'll see. And that's Ronnie Rowe he has quite a few. He has a lot of patriotic American style designs that of course don't speak to me. But I was going to stitch a Ronnie row, and now I found, I mean, I'll have to start this because it's not that big, and I really want to do this for my brother. So I guess I could do it. Does it say how many stitches somewhere? Probably does. 4,656 stitches. I should be able to do that in, who knows. Yeah, this cream coffee is going to look like this when I'm finished with it. It's one of these cross stitch mini art designs. You can get whole packs of them on Etsy. So yeah, there's nothing more to show, I don't think. Well, I think I told you that I had gotten the pattern for this one, for the coronation, but seeing that it's about 4 pages and so much backstitch, I haven't started it. I have lots of patterns on here. I do sort of collect my patterns on Pattern Keeper if they're digital, and I just put them in here, and then you can just go basically scroll through and see what I've got, because all my digital patterns, they just get lost. You know, I put them on the Dropbox and then I forget that I have them. And I think I'm not the only person who has that problem. But if they're in Pattern Keeper and I work with Pattern Keeper, I constantly see, oh, I've got this and I need to start this. But yeah, turn that off for a minute. What else? So that was my whips, my haul. Yeah, I'll quickly do the shout outs before I go into something else. I really want to shout out, I wanted to shout them out for years. No, not years, sorry. But you know what I mean. Sometimes you just want to do something and you want to shout somebody out and you just get lost. Anyway, now I've written it down, so I'm going to shout them out. And it's Mad Morty and Rom. And Morty is, I love both of them. He's doing the Quacky Quaker from Star Pride, and he had to laugh about it when he saw it, and he got that, and he stitches his own stuff, and it's just the way they interact. It's a couple, and they just come on, and they like sort of the gothic, you know, alternative stuff. And Morty actually has a shop. She has her shop is Hair Moon Crafts, and she said, yeah, but Dawn, you know, I only have one pattern on there. Well, she has 3 needle minders on there as well, and 1 pattern. And I think is she model stitching? I think she's model stitching a 2nd pattern to put on there. I mean, I don't know. She's building up her shop, so I might as well promote it. Right, Morty? Anyway, those 2 are so much fun, so go and watch them. I mean, they play off each other. It's fun. Watching them is fun. And then Dobie came back. She took some time off from social media. She left Instagram, Facebook, I don't know, whatever. She just decided to take some time off. She's back on Instagram, and she started a Flosstube, and her Flosstube is covered in floss, and she already has over 600 subscribers. She's done 5 videos. I know I've definitely seen 2. I think I've seen 3. She's just moved into this new place, so it's still boxes, and I think her brain sort of goes like that as well. sort of, you know, it's not quite all, you know, categorized. Doesn't matter. She shows us what she does. She stitches. She's going to come in September. I can't wait to meet her. And yeah, Covered in Floss is a really good name for her channel. So check her out. Give her some love. So those are my 2 shout outs. Which leads me to a different subject. The subject of under 1,000 subs club. Most of you know that the Under 1,000 Subs Club was created by Kerry and Stitches. Kerry. Link is my homeboy. And Sarah from Stitching Kingdom. And Link is my homeboy, Heather, sorry. Because they have been doing Flosstubes for quite a long time. And they just didn't get to 1,000 subscribers. And YouTube, basically, if you're under 1,000 subscribers, and have been on for longer than half a year, you do not get recommended to other people anymore. You can't monetize your channel. Well, for monetizing, you need so and so many views. No, view hours, I think it is. What is it? 40,000 view hours. I've been on Flosstube since July 2017, and I have in the last 365 days I've gotten 550 watch hours, which is nothing. But then, I mean, in my last German Flosstube I only got something like 90 views, and my English Flosstube got 130 views with 700 subscribers. So, and most of the people who watched my Flosstubes are not subscribed to me. So there you can sort of see that a lot doesn't add up. But I know that Kerry, she was on every 2 weeks. She comes on, she's consistent, she's good, I like her. We're friends. We're virtual friends for a long time now. Link is my homeboy. I didn't watch her from the beginning, but I started watching her. I like what I saw. And Sarah, Stitching Kingdom, she has very short videos. She stitches a ton. She stitches mirabilias. She stitches everything, so it's fun to see. And all 3 of them just didn't gain subscribers. And then you have others who come on, they start a channel, and their first video comes out and they hit 2,000 subscribers. How does that happen? I don't know. And now at the moment there are so many Flosstubers out there. So because at the beginning, you know, when Jessie Marie started and the Lovely Array and, you know, Coffee Stitcher, when they all started, there were like 5, then 10 Flosstubers out there. So you would have to really wait until something came out. And I only watched the Lovely Array because I loved watching her channel and see what she did, because I was new to cross stitch. I didn't really have the Facebook. I had Stitch Mania Facebook group, but I didn't know the people, and I wasn't really on Instagram yet, and then suddenly, you know, people started, like Michelle Bendy, and then more people came on, and they started telling us, hey, get your Flosstube out, just put Flosstube out there. So I then started up, and I mean, like I said, I have 700 subscribers, and as soon as I put a Flosstube out, I lose 3 subscribers. The default 3 subscribers go in the first 24 hours. But now I have 700 subscribers, but I don't have 700 views on every video. I don't think, with the exception of the first 2 or 3 videos that people go back and watch when they find me first, not one of my videos has reached 700 views. So you can sort of see that, and I can see that people who watch my videos, it's about half of them are subscribed and the other half are not subscribed. So they might just find me and watch one Flosstube and then go off again, which is a shame. And even those who are subscribed to me, they don't always watch me. I mean, I don't watch all the Flosstubes I'm subscribed to, but that's just due to the fact that I just don't have that much time. But I have certain people that I want to watch, that I consider my friends, and I'll watch those. So yeah, so Kerry and Stitches, Link is my homeboy, and Sarah Stitching Kingdom, they started this hashtag on the 1000 subs club, and it was a hashtag, and we talked about it, and people would mention it in the Flosstubes. They would, you know, shout out people who are under 1000 subs. So Mad Morty, Dobie, both are under 1000 subs, so I did my bit. So you would say, you know, there are some people who are under 1000 subs, please go and give them some love, and subscribe and like. But you also need to watch them, because if you just subscribe to them, that you give them a subscribe, but if they don't get the views, it's not worth very much. Or if you don't press the like, or it doesn't matter if you press a like or dislike, for the for the algorithm, a like or dislike is treated the same. It's just for the person who receives a dislike, it's just like, oh, okay, somebody didn't like my video. But I don't care. Anyway, I've created from Sarah's list, which is just a list of people that she put in there under 1000 subs. I took that and I made it into a spreadsheet, a Google Doc spreadsheet, and I just put all the people that I was subscribed to that had under 1000 subs, and I kept updating it. When I would come across somebody new or somebody was shouted out, I would add them to the spreadsheet. And I would also then go through that spreadsheet on a regular basis. And my last update was 3 weeks ago. And before that, it was in March. And in the 2 months from March to 3 weeks ago, we only had five people who do Flosstubes who managed to reach 1000 subscribers, and that's not a lot. Before, we had, like, you know, in 4 weeks we would have like 16 that reached, yay, 1000 subscribers. And I mean, you know, you do a giveaway, you're finally 1000 subscribers, you feel like part of the club. Like I said, in the last, there was 2 months and we only had 5 people reach 1000 subscribers. And that was just, congratulations to those who reached it, but for all the others, it's just disheartening that they're still on the list and they're getting nowhere, and the list is growing. I also saw that a lot of the Flosstubers that are in this list suddenly have stopped making videos. So they might be on the list and haven't made a video in 2 or 3 years, or maybe just in a year. They're still in there because they might come back. I don't know. I don't want to take them off just because I took a year out without actually officially taking a year out. I just didn't film for a year. So I'm going to leave that list as is. You can find the link, it's going to be in the description box, but it's also in my community tab on YouTube. You can find it there. You can also find it on Facebook. There's a group called Flosstube. There's also a link there. And whenever I find a Flosstuber who is under 1000 subs, I'll add them. But I'm not going to be updating it otherwise. I'm just going to add people, and if you have a Flosstube and you're under 1000 subs, you can contact me. I'll put you in that list. But I'm just not going to update the list. So I'm not going to go through and check who has reached 1000 subs. I'm not going to update the information if somebody changes a name or whatever. I'm not going to do that because there's so many floss tubers out there, and for me to do this, it's a lot of work, and I've just decided that at the moment it's not progressing. The hashtag's still out there, but nothing's happening. So I can hardly keep up with my Flosstube friends, the ones that I really, really want to watch. So I've decided that I'm now just going to leave this doc out there. You can look at it. You might find Flosstubers that you want to watch on there. You might find out-of-date Flosstubers, but they're still worth watching. You know, if you really want to watch something, you can go and watch them. But having Flosstubers come on, do 1 or 2 videos and reach 5,000 subscribers, why bother? So yeah, I've also added Flosstubers who do German Flosstubes. There's, I think, 2 or 3 Spanish Flosstubers. They do an English and you know, like an English and a German Flosstube, or an English and a Spanish Flosstube. So you'll find those on there as well. And if you want me to put anybody on that list, I'll do it. You can contact me. You can also find my email in the description box. You can email me. I'll put them on the list, but I will not maintain that list. I will not go through it. I will not take out people who've reached 1,000 subscribers, because I just haven't got the time to do that. So I just wanted to mention this, that, you know, the list is there. We can update it if people want to help. If somebody wants to take it over, I can give you access. That's definitely a possibility. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to add people if I find them, or if you give me the information. Otherwise, it'll just be a list that's out there. It's a bit of a shame, but the 3 who started it, they've all 3 got 1,000 subscribers, and some others got 1,000 subscribers due to this list. So well done to everybody who reached 1,000 subscribers due to this hashtag. Thank you very much for doing it. To Carrie, Heather and Sarah, thank you very much. Okay, the last point, just quickly. I'm still pretty busy with Stitch Basel, because organising something like a retreat in the US, in Switzerland, it just takes a lot of work, a lot of hurdles that you would not have doing it in a different country. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a bit less than 100 days until we finally meet. Yeah, so whoever's going to come, please bring something for the brag table. You will have walls where you can hang it up. You can bring something framed, but I would not advise it if it, you know, it could break. So I don't know how well you want to wrap it. And there's a freebie table, so if you have patterns that you've stitched and you don't know what to do with them, or you have fabric that if you don't like stitching on linen, you can bring that. And I mean, yes, of course, you can just sell it to your table mates or offer it to your table mates first. But if you don't have any takers, put it on a freebie table and somebody will pick it up. Somebody will love what you don't love. So bring stuff for the brag table and the freebie table. Lots of people have seen the advertising I've been doing on Instagram and Facebook for who's sponsored something for the goodie bag or door prizes. So lots of people have said, you know, maybe I need to bring a second suitcase or something. Yeah, there's a lot going to be in the goodie bag, but also, you know, it's not going to be. You'll get, you know, a few things that you love. I'm pretty sure you love pretty much everything that you're getting. Leave a bit of space so that you can, you know, bring something home with you. But as you might be taking part in the Smalls exchange, you're already bringing a package with you, so there's already space in your luggage. Yeah, and do check out the whole, you know, we have a few people who are vendors. They will be selling stuff there, like XStitch, Snowflower Diaries. The list is, you can find the list somewhere. And most of them are offering pre-order. So you can actually order it and already pay for it, and they'll just bring it to you. The information about that is going to be displayed on our Discord server. We have a private Discord server for the members, well, those who are going to take part. The information will come out on there in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And I think XStitch said until mid-July she'll take pre-orders. So you can already check out XStitch Design Snowflower Diaries. I'm sorry, the other names just fell out of my head. But it's mainly XStitch because she's got the fabric, you know, that she's, I mean, she needs to prepare it and then bring it. So the information will be on Discord server. And if you're not on a Discord server and you're coming, you should have gotten an email from me where it states that. And if you cannot get on a Discord server or you don't, for whatever reason, you don't want to go on the Discord server, you can email us and let us know, and we will update you on pre-orders and the money situation, because we have Swiss francs. We're not European. We're in Europe, but we're not in the European Union. We don't have euros. So, you know, you can bring euros. I think all of the vendors will take euros, but they might give you Swiss francs back. If it's something to do with us, because we're going to offer t-shirts for sale, it'll be in Swiss francs. But we'll take PayPal, and you can actually, for those who don't know, if you don't have a credit card, you always think you can't have PayPal. Yes, you can have PayPal even if you don't have a credit card. But if you have a bank account, you can set up PayPal and then use your bank account and put money from your bank account into your PayPal account. So it's like loaded up in your PayPal account. And then at the event, you can use your PayPal account to pay. And otherwise it's euros and Swiss francs. And if you're dealing with me, it's going to be Swiss francs. I don't have euros, okay? So just that you know. And that concludes my Flosstube for today. Sorry, not very much stitching, but I hope to get back to stitching soon. But now the weather is summer. It's getting hot. I don't like the heat. So yeah, I guess stitching is going to be put a bit aside. But that's just, other people go out in the garden and do gardening during the summer. So I guess we all have different issues during the year whenever we come online or offline. So I don't know when I'm going to come back, but it was good being on here again. Yeah, so happy stitching everybody, and enjoy your summer or winter or wherever you are. And if it's hot or cold or raining or sunshine, whatever, I hope you get some stitching in, or other crafts, or knitting, crocheting, whatever. Just enjoy it. Happy stitching. Bye.